Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Let me find my live chat here. Miss Jones, good morning. Pink Sugar, Debbie, how are y'all doing this morning? Miss Jones, the other day, I forgot to tell you about Annabelle. Annabelle gets hormonal every month during the winter. And she was hormonal the other day, and she got violent with me. I was in fear for my life. For real. That little dwarf goat was trying to ram me, and she wasn't playing. Her hair was standing up on her back. She acts like a totally different goat when she's hormonal. She's wanting to have a baby, but crap, I don't know where any dwarf buck goats are at, you know? Hey, Cheryl T, good morning. Misty, good morning. How are y'all doing? So last night I didn't have my game night, although I got ready. I done my hair and done my makeup, and I sat down in the recliner and I fell asleep. So we're going to have it Saturday night for sure. I've already set it up. I wish I had set it up yesterday evening. Then I wouldn't have fell asleep because I would have known in my brain I had something to do. But anywho, hey Vicki, good morning. How are you doing? I got us some things to talk about this morning. Oh my gosh, guys, it is beautiful outside today. It was pretty out yesterday also. I have got to get some things done at the funny farm today. I didn't get anything done over there yesterday. I've done a bunch of housework and laundry and things like that. Nah, she don't mean it, Vicky. I don't know what it is up with her, but when Annabelle is hormonal like that, every time I go over there, she squats and pees like she's marking her territory. She don't really do that with Mark. She just does it with me, I believe, because I'm a female. I don't know. Hey, faithful one, Charlene, Mike, good morning. Missed you yesterday. Hope you didn't work too hard. So this morning we're going to talk about little James Hutchinson again, the little 6-year-old boy who was allegedly killed by his mother and tossed into the Ohio River. They had a prayer vigil for him last night. We're going to take a look at a news video, little clip of it. And also his biological dad has spoken out. And I didn't write his name down, believe it or not. I think it's Lewis Hutchinson. But his biological dad spoke out, and he said he would have gladly taken James, and raised him himself. I see another update about it. They have suspended the search for little James due to dangerous water conditions. They just put this up. Okay, let's take a look at that. And we'll look at the other one. Oh, this is so sad. What is going on up in Ohio? There's a lot of child murders up there, a lot of child abuse that goes on. There and in Florida, Texas, let's see, West Virginia. There's a lot of child abuse up there too. There's child abuse in every state, of course. I just noticed by following the true crime news, like a lot of the cases we follow are from Ohio, Florida, Alabama, West Virginia. Okay. Search for body of 6-year-old James Hutchinson remains suspended due to dangerous water conditions. I don't think his body's in the Ohio River. Okay, it says the search for the body of the 6-year-old boy will not resume on Thursday as water levels in the Ohio River remain high. I heard that there was like 54 feet or something like that. It hadn't been that high since like 20, I think it said 2019. A spokesperson for the Middleton Division of Police confirmed that a river search for the body of James Hutchinson remained suspended on Thursday. The search was suspended earlier this week due to flood stage conditions with high water levels. James's mother, Brittany Gosney, told police that she killed the boy on Saturday as she was trying to abandon the 6-year-old and his 2 half siblings at Rush Run Wildlife Park in Preble County. I think I said that right. According to her account, James hung on to her minivan as she drove away from a parking lot and was dragged or possibly run over. At some point after leaving the park, this says that she left the park for 30 or 40 minutes. The police are not sure about that. They are saying that they don't believe she left the park. Gosney reportedly found the boy dead with a head injury. She told police she then put his body in her vehicle along with her 2 surviving children and drove about 30 minutes to her home in Middleton, which she also shared with her boyfriend, James Hamilton. Brittany told police she and Hamilton kept the boy's body in a spare bedroom until Sunday morning when they drove his body to Indiana side of the Ohio River and tossed it into the river. Later that morning, Gosney and Hamilton went to the police station to report her son missing. They actually went to the police station at 10:16 a.m. Sunday morning. The same day, Gosney confessed during police questioning that she had killed her son. Now, she has been charged with murder and is in custody in Middleton on a $1 million bail. James Hamilton was arrested on charges of tampering with evidence and abuse of a corpse and remains in custody. Now, he has like a $100,000 bail. Police documents showed that Gosney said Hamilton was pressuring her to get rid of her children. Hamilton has reportedly denied being in the minivan, which is registered to his name, at the time of the attempted abandonment and James's death. The sheriff's incident report also shows that investigators found no viable evidence of the reported crime in the immediate area of the parking lot where James is believed to have been killed. Well, if it rained or something after this happened, if it really did happen there, it could have washed the evidence away if there was any blood. I don't know if it rained there or not. Okay, so the sheriff's incident reports also shows that okay, I already read that. A Middleton spokesperson told Crime Online earlier this week that the defendant, Brittany Gosney, had adjusted the timeline throughout the investigation. For some reason, I get the feeling that this kid was not killed there. I could be wrong. I guess we'll find out because police did interview the other 2 children, which were like, I believe 7 and 9 years old. So if that happened, they'll be able to confirm it that way. Okay. As Fox 19 reports, the Butler County Sheriff's Office is also aiding Middleton police with the investigation. Butler County Sheriff Richard Jones told the news station on Wednesday that the river conditions are too dangerous to risk someone's life to get into the water. At this stage, it's not a rescue, it's a retrieval. I know that's a harsh thing to say. It's frustrating. All of us first responders want to find this little boy and give closure to the community and for the little boy's sake. He's one of God's little angels now, and he's feeling no pain. But we've got to find him and give it closure. And so we are making everything, every piece of equipment we have available if they need it, when they need it, whether it be tomorrow, Friday, or throughout the weekend. Middleton Police Chief David Burke told Fox 19 that he believes the little boy's body is in the Ohio River because it's one of the few consistent pieces of information The co-defendants have provided investigators. Well, that don't mean nothing. They could have just hatched that up to say that. I don't know. Maybe he is in the Ohio River. I just have a hard time believing that story. But like I said, when they interviewed those kids, well, they already interviewed them. They're going to know for sure. If the kids witness that, they will tell it, of course, unless they're too scared to. Okay, so let's look at the little, they had a vigil for him last night. I think this prayer vigil was for little James and another little boy. I wasn't familiar with his case.
Do you love wood sculptures? Or maybe you have a friend who has a talent.
Boys.
An emotional tribute. Candles lit for two boys who never had a chance to grow up.
It's important that we all come together as a community and remember both these boys.
Jesse Graybear pulled a community together to remember 3-year-old Nilo Lattimore and 6-year-old James Hutchinson at the Middletown Masonic Lodge tonight. Their innocence captured in photos and the pain of loss heard in tearful prayers.
Both of these beautiful little boys' lives were ended tragically and senselessly.
Hamilton County prosecutors say Nilo was murdered by his mother's boyfriend, Deshaun Brown. They say Brown killed Nilo's mother and threw Nilo into the Ohio River while alive last December. Middletown police say 6-year-old James Hutchinson was murdered in Preble County and thrown into the Ohio River days ago in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. His mother and her boyfriend now face charges. Both boys haven't been found.
And we pray that James is brought home and Nilo is brought home.
Faith Burton speaks for Nilo's family.
I want to say the family sends their condolences and their love to the Hutchinson family.
Tonight, they light candles and pray for healing and justice.
This has got to stop. This has got to, let this sink in. I have been at 2 children's vigils in less than a week. Something's got to be done.
And those we talked with say they will not stop searching until they can bring both of those young boys home. Reporting in Middletown, Dan Griffin, WLWT News 5.
Wow. 2 little boys tossed into the Ohio. So sad. I agree with that lady. Something has to be done about this child abuse that's going on. They need to reform the system or something. Let me look at my chat here. Hey, Amanda. Yes, a little boy who was killed by his stepdad. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that case. I'm going to have to look it up when I get off here. Oh, crap. What's happening here? It's taking me back. My chat's froze or something. Okay, let me do it over. Here we go. Amanda, are you going to be doing some videos on this? I know you said it was close by. This is a very, very sad story. I can't imagine what his half siblings are going through after witnessing that, if it did happen that way. I don't know whether to believe it or not, because she's lied to police a couple different times. Y'all check out Amanda Lynn's channel. She's going to be doing some videos on it. That headline by Nancy Grace's picture. I didn't see it, Cement Shoes. I wasn't paying attention. There's a couple different other stories we're going to talk about this morning. I didn't have in here. I was going to let me find my other article about James's biological dad. If she didn't want these kids and her little ugly skank boyfriend didn't want them, why didn't she give them away? Why did she try to abandon them? That don't make no sense. If she didn't want them, she should have gave them to their dads or other family members. That don't make any sense. Now, her ex-sister-in-law, I believe her name is Priscilla Farley. She said that Brittany Gosney called her several different times to take the kids, but then she would back out of it. She would change her mind. Does anyone know if they've ever been reported to CPS? I'd say these kids were abused. It's a crazy family dynamic, too, because James Hamilton is married and separated from Brittany Gosney's ex-sister-in-law. Brittany was married to Priscilla Farley's brother. And I can't remember exactly how it happened, but I think Brittany Gosney moved in with James Hamilton and his wife, and they started having an affair. Yeah. And her family, here's something else. Her family said that she quit talking to all of them about a month ago, blocked them on Facebook and everything. Okay. So this article says, all she had to do was give him to me. James Hutchinson's father speaks out after police docs alleged boyfriend wanted mom to get rid of her kids. The father of James Hutchinson has said he would have taken custody of his 6-year-old son if the boy's mother did not want to care for him, as police continue to investigate the boy's parent murder without yet having found his body. I don't want to read everything all over again. According to police records obtained from Middleton Division of Police, Gosney told police she brought James and his 2 half-siblings, ages 7 and 9, to Rush Run Park in the early hours of Saturday morning with the intention of abandoning all 3 children there. She reportedly told police Hamilton wanted her to get rid of her kids. Well, if he told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it? You weirdo. Sick bitch. Okay. Okay, so James's father told WRKC staff that he and other family members would have gladly taken James in. All she had to do was give him to me, said Lewis Hutchinson. She could have dropped him off at my sister's house. I don't understand what would drive somebody to be a monster like that. It is not yet clear if a court awarded Brittany Gosney custody of her children after she and her husband separated sometime in the last year. Yeah, because she's cheating on him with his brother-in-law, James Hamilton. Sick individuals, both of them. They deserve the death penalty, but didn't I look that up in Ohio? I think Ohio doesn't have the death penalty anymore. I can't remember. I looked it up in one state the other day. What else was I going to tell y'all? I pray that they find little James's body. Y'all pray that they do. He needs a proper burial. And I pray they find the other little boy's body as well. It's so sad. They're going to have to do something about all this child abuse. It seems to be getting worse. Okay, so prayers for James's family. I have another case I want to share with y'all. It's a missing teen girl from Alabama. She is 18 years old. She has been missing since Saturday night after she went out on a date with her on-again, off-again boyfriend. This does not look good, guys. Let me get over here and share it. She's a beautiful girl. Now, they went out on a couple's date. Her name is Jordan Valentine. That's her name, Jordian Valentine. They went out like on a couple's date with some friends, and then they decided to go to another town and get some tattoos. I don't know what happened with that, but her boyfriend said he hadn't seen her since 9:30 Saturday night, since they went to, I think it's called Wylam. In a 2020, here she is. Isn't she beautiful? A 2020 graduate of Spain Park High School has been missing since the weekend. Family member says it's not like her to disappear. Jordan Valentine was last seen Saturday night when she and her on-again, off-again boyfriend and other friends had a couple's night excursion to get tattoos in the Wylam area of Birmingham. It wasn't unusual for Valentine to spend a couple days with her ex-boyfriend, said her sister Amber Porter. But she has never done so without letting her mom know where she is. And Porter said the two sisters are normally in constant contact, and there's been no word since Saturday. Me and Jordan check in every day with each other, Porter said. That's how I know something is wrong. Porter said her mom received a phone call Sunday morning from the ex-boyfriend or someone in his family saying Jordan had not been seen since about 9:30 p.m. Saturday. The family has conducted several searches in the Wylam area, but to no avail. They have passed out flyers, knocked on doors, and talked to residents in the area. She said they also have received some concerning texts since her disappearance, but there has been no word from Jordan Valentine herself. One neighbor said they heard screaming that night, but didn't think anything of it, Porter said. Birmingham police said Jordan was last seen at 510 Frisco Street in Wylam. Hold on just 1 second, guys. Let me cut my ringer off a second. Okay. So she was last seen wearing a short romper and white shoes. She's described as a black female, 5'3" tall, weighing 120 pounds. She is also known to wear wigs. Valentine's family believes she may be in danger. Jordan is loving, caring. She'd give you her last if you needed it, Porter said. I don't think she would choose to vanish and not tell me. Anyone with information is asked to call Birmingham Police at 205-297-8413 or 911. Tips can also be submitted anonymously at Crime Stopper at 205-254-7777. I'm wondering, did she get the tattoo? They were going to get tattoos. And who did she ride with? I have a lot of questions. I'm suspicious of this boyfriend. Seems like to me her family's been getting strange texts. It's probably someone using her phone. They've probably done something horrible to her, and they're trying to text the family to throw them off track, make it look like she's still alive. I'm going to follow this case and see what happens. I got a feeling, I'm not accusing anyone, but we know how these cases go. I got a feeling this boyfriend knows something. That's the way I'm going to say it. I got a feeling he knows something. Hey, Kathy. I think the lockdown is making things crazy. I know it. People are really depressed, and definitely a lot more child abuse going on. Right in the middle of the pandemic, child abuse went up 50% in the United States. I don't know what the statistics are right now, but going up 50%, that's quite a lot. Anyways, prayers for Jordan Valentine's family. I hope and pray that they find her safe. I mean, you never know. Someone could have abducted her. It's just kind of funny that they all went to get tattoos and then she disappears. I don't know. Something's just not right with that. I'm very suspicious of this boyfriend. And Jordan was not familiar with that Wylam area of Birmingham, they said. Yeah, it's terrible. Her family saying she never would have done this. I mean, she's very close with her sister and mom. We'll follow it, and hopefully there's a good outcome. Now, we're going to look at a real weirdo here, y'all. Oh, I got something to tell y'all about Tiger Woods, too. They took the black box from his car. Okay, so this next case is out of Kentucky. A Kentucky masseuse has been accused of raping one of his clients. Wait till I show y'all this picture. I wouldn't let him touch me with a 10-foot pole, honey. I mean, I hate to be so judgmental and be like that, but I'm telling you, I wouldn't want him massaging on me. I just don't know if I could let anyone massage me, like at a spa or something. I don't know. I just think I would feel weird, even if it was a woman. I don't know. I'm just weird. Okay, Kentucky masseuse charged with raping client. I mean, he could have been wrongly accused. He could be innocent. Who knows? Okay, so a Kentucky massage therapist was arrested on Tuesday after raping a client. Bowling Green police said the woman reported the rape during a massage at a spa near College Hill Historic District. The woman said she had used Lindsay's services several times in the past. Police said Christopher Lindsay admitted he had non-consensual sex with, he admitted it, non-consensual sex with the woman he was giving a massage. I misread that this morning. He has been charged with first-degree rape, first-degree forcible sodomy. According to state records, Lindsay was licensed by the Kentucky Board of Licensure or something for massage therapy on July 6, 2015, and the license is due to expire on that date this year. He has had no disciplinary actions, state records show. Well, she had used his services several times. He got fixated on her. This is probably not the first time that he has sexually assaulted someone. No, I doubt it. I wonder how old he is. Did it say? It don't say how old he is. He looks like he's probably in his 30s. So this, okay, it don't give an exact date. Any court dates or anything. Okay, what else was I going to share? Oh, the guy, y'all remember the guy that cut his wife's lover's penis off? Well, they have finally sentenced him. He's got 20 years to do, plus 10 years probation when he gets out. Here's something sad. He is a dad of three little children. And they actually wrote a letter to the judge asking for leniency for their dad. They said that they needed him home so that he could help support the family and so he could teach one of the little kids to read. Let me get this pulled up. Isn't that so sad? It's the kids that suffer when these parents do these horrible crimes. It's always the kids that suffer. And I just want to say, they never found this guy's penis. No. I was just wondering, like, how does that even work? Like, how would he pee and stuff? I wonder weird things, y'all. Okay, Florida dad cuts off wife's lover's penis with scissors. And what he did, he caught them in bed together. And he couldn't get it out of his mind. And a couple months went by. He gets a gun. He goes to this guy's house, pulls out a gun on him, holds it to his head, makes him go back to the bedroom. And I just want to add, there was 2 kids in that house at the time. The victim's kids was there. Okay, so the man makes him go to the bedroom. He's got a gun on him. He makes him drop his pants. He had no choice to. He's going to blow his brains out. So he drops his pants. That guy ties like some kind of tie off around the guy's penis. Takes a pair of scissors. Tries to cut it off. It takes 2 or 3 times to get it cut off because the scissors weren't sharp enough. Anyways, he flees the house. When he's leaving the bedroom, one of the little kids that was in the house was watching through a crack in the door, watching her dad be mutilated by this weirdo monster. Anyways, he flees the scene. Nobody knows what he done with that guy's penis. I think the victim calls 911, and they eventually arrest Bonilla. Let me see. His last name is Bonilla. Oh, I've got it wrote down somewhere. Alex Bonilla. He's 51 years old. He pleaded no contest. He got 20 years, 10 years probation. This incident happened in July 2019. And if I'm not mistaken, March 2019 is when he caught his wife with their neighbor. Oh, he'll also have a $251,000 fine. Let me scroll to the bottom of this article where it's talking about his kids. According to court records, friends and relatives wrote to the judge seeking leniency in the sentencing. Bonilla's son wrote that he wanted his father to come help the family financially and to help his younger sister learn to read. Those are a few of many reasons why I'd like and I need Daddy to come home as soon as possible, the boy said in a handwritten letter. Isn't that so sad? Police said Bonilla reportedly caught his wife having sex with the victim a few weeks before the incident. He told investigators that at the time he confronted a man and told him, "You need to stay away from my wife and leave her alone." Well, maybe it happened in May 2009. I think maybe it was May. He also told investigators that he blacked out while attacking the man and doesn't remember anything from that point until he was at work and arrested. The victim told police Bonilla entered his home without permission with the gun tucked under his arm, told the victim he was there to fix something. Bonilla then put the gun to the victim's head and ordered him into the bedroom. And y'all know the rest of the story. Oh, here's something new. Bonilla allegedly pulled out a metal pipe and threatened to beat the victim, prompting the victim to fall to his knees and beg him to stop. Bonilla then forced the man to stand up and remove his pants. "This is normal. You will not die today," Bonilla said, according to the police report. And he tied a rubber band around the man's penis several times, then pulled out a pair of scissors and cut it off. Freaking psycho. I mean, he has ruined this man's life. I don't know how in the world I don't know how the doctors fixed him. I guess they couldn't. He'll probably have to wear some kind of bladder bag and stuff, I would say. Let me look at the chat, see what y'all doing. Hey, Shine On. I wonder about things. You were so cute, CC. I want to squeeze you. Thank you, Cheryl T. I absolutely hate saying the word penis, y'all. I absolutely hate it. But I had to this morning to tell y'all about this story. Jesus mercy. Oh, yeah. Let me get to something else here. We're going to talk about Tiger Woods for a minute. I believe he might have been under the influence of something when he wrecked. I shouldn't say that, but I just get that feeling. Where's my article on him? Oh, I saved something this morning I came across. Do y'all remember, you can write, the Dear Abby and ask questions about, get advice on your marriage or just whatever. When I was reading an article this morning, I came across this thing called Dear Annie. And I can read it to y'all, but this man wrote in and wanted to know what to do because he had had sex with his wife's 2 nieces at the same time. People are so weird. I saved it. I can read it to y'all. So weird. He had no remorse. He was just mad because he got caught. They went and told on him is what it was. But anyhow, I digress. Also, Never Lose Hope sent me a video this morning, and it's of a toddler in her nursery, and something in that room drags her underneath her crib bed. You can tell she's being drugged. It is so crazy. Okay. So the LA County Sheriff got a search warrant to seize the black box in the vehicle Tiger Woods crashed because a judge believed there was probable cause to believe a crime may have been committed, and law enforcement sources say the possible offense is misdemeanor reckless driving. Isn't that funny? They didn't test him for any drugs or anything until the next freaking day. Multiple law enforcement sources tell TMZ the search warrant prepared by the Sheriff's Department outlined details of the crash that left Tiger badly injured. Some of the items go to the heart of the warrant, establishing probable cause. The fact that there were no skid marks, the object struck by the SUV before it came to a rest, the fact it was a single vehicle crash, Tiger's horrendous injuries, as well as damage to the vehicle and apparent excessive speed. Jesus Christ, he's lucky to be alive. The source says the words reckless driving are not mentioned in the warrant. In fact, our sources say no specific crime is listed in the warrant. Nevertheless, a judge is prohibited from signing a search warrant unless there's probable cause of a crime. That's the essence of the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution. Our law enforcement sources say one of two things occurred. Either a member of the sheriff's department went into the judge's chamber to discuss the warrant, something that is frequently done, and mentioned reckless driving, or the judge simply looked at the documents and determined there was probable cause of reckless driving. Nevertheless, our law enforcement sources say examining the black box for possible reckless driving was the object of the search warrant. By the way, our law enforcement sources say one crime is specifically excluded in the search warrant documents. It says there was no evidence of impaired driving on Tiger's part. I do not believe that. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I know I have no evidence of it. I wasn't there. I don't know. I'm not psychic. I just got a feeling. Let's look at some of these pictures. I'm glad he's alive. What was he doing driving so fast on a curvy road like that? Wow. Lucky to be alive. I'm glad he's okay. But he just had back surgery like the week before he wrecked. So I'm thinking he was probably on some pain medication. Most people that have back surgery have to take some pain medication because they're in pain. Did he crash into his front gate or something years ago after a dispute with his wife? Yes, he did. And wasn't he drunk or something then? And didn't they find him passed out in his vehicle, like sitting in the middle of the freaking road one time? Was that him or that George Zimmerman? I can't remember. He's got alcohol and drug problems too. I know they found him. I know for sure they found him passed out in his vehicle once. But I think Tiger was too. He was probably seeing colors. Even Crayola doesn't make. Oh, cement shoes, you always come up with good ones. If I were asked Annie, I would say, run, man, run. If you don't, your wife will kill you in your sleep. Hey, she had a good comeback to him, Cheryl T. Let's read that before I get off here. Let's read it. We'll chat about it. It was a good one. That's why I saved it. I'm like, he had no damn remorse. This is Dear Annie. Let me see. Let me find it. Right here it is. I'll share it with y'all. I may start following her column. Okay. Dear Annie, I live in a small town with my wife of 33 years. My wife has a large family, most of whom live in the same state as us. Two of her siblings had daughters the same age who grew up like sisters. Last summer, her two nieces came to stay with us for a week while on break from college. It turned out her nieces were hard partying, dope smoking, heavy drinking types. One day while my wife was at work, I was working from home. They got me to party with them. We got pretty wasted and ended up all hooking up. The same thing happened the very next day. I know they liked seducing their aunt's husband, and I had a mind-blowing experience. I assumed they were old enough to be discreet, but they weren't. A few weeks later, one of them told another family member, and the news made it back to my wife. My wife was beyond upset. She told me to move out, but I refused. Since then, she has made my life a living hell. I never wanted to destroy our marriage, but the allure of two young women is a fantasy most men cannot refuse. I never believed two sexual exploits would destroy my marriage of 33 years. You didn't think cheating on your wife would destroy your marriage, you weirdo, with your own freaking nieces? I'm not seeing a way to fix this. Any suggestions? Regretful. Dear Regretful, there are so many layers of wrongness here that I don't even know where to begin. You cheated on your wife. You cheated on her again. And the cherry on this creep creeptastic cake, you cheated on her with your nieces. Yes, they are your nieces too, even if not by blood. What you did was profoundly hurtful, no matter which way you slice it. I usually tell partners working past infidelity to try couples counseling. But for that to work, the cheater actually has to feel remorse. And despite your letter's signature, it seems like the only thing you regret is getting caught. If you can't appreciate how deeply you've hurt your wife, my only advice is to honor her wishes and pack your bags. He couldn't believe that cheating on his wife with her own nieces, her sister's kids, would destroy their marriage. Is he for real? Excuse my language. Jesus Christ, that pissed me off for the wife. Old enough to be discreet, he's just no pervert man. Even if they was coming on to him, a real man would have turned them down because they're his nieces too. It's just like my niece, I started to say Skylar, Sadra. It's Mark's niece too. Let me tell you a crazy story. The land where I keep my chickens on and my goat. The man and woman there. The man used to be, okay, I'll just tell you, I'm just going to make up a name. Let's just say Chrissy. Chrissy's man now used to be her niece's man. Here's what happened. Chrissy's niece lived there with the guy, right? Chrissy's niece died in her sleep. She choked on her own vomit. She was an alcoholic. Anyways, her boyfriend never moved out, and he's still there to this day, and they're a couple. He went from being with the niece to being with the aunt. I kid you not. They said the way it happened, they were just comforting each other through Lindsay's death, and they ended up hooking up. I just don't think it's right myself. I don't know how they hook up in the house where she died at, but to each their own, I suppose. In my hometown, there was an older gentleman and an older lady. She died, and it wasn't no time at all, honey. He had her niece married her. They're still married to this day. I just think things like that are wrong. Now, like back in the 1800s and stuff, if a sister passed away, sometimes the other sister would come and marry their husband, come and marry their brother-in-law and raise their sister's kids. That was normal back then. But we're in a different day and age, you know. Incest is incest through blood or matrimony, my personal belief. I agree with that, Shannon. That was incest. What's wrong with those girls? I mean, what were they lacking in their childhood, or what happened to them in their childhood that would make them both want to sleep with their aunt's husbands together? That is sick. So I guess the girls are cousins, but they were raised up together, so they're more like sisters. Totally sick. Yeah, when I was looking up true crime this morning, that was on the side there. And so I clicked on it and read it, and I was like, I may share that this morning. People are so sick. He refused to move out. If I'd have been the wife, I'd have threw his clothes out. I might have even burned them for something like that. Who knows? Or I would move out and then take his ass to court and put him out of the house. He probably did groom them. And, you know, he was trying to blame them for him getting wasted. Oh, they got me to drinking and partying. Hey, you're free in 21, you know. Make your own decisions. They didn't do crap. He probably had his eye on those girls for a long time at the Truth Nine. He's probably the one that bought them alcohol. Exactly, Vicky. They probably not even old enough to get it. Did they hold a gun to his head? Exactly, Mike. Hey, Sunnyside. Good morning. Listening while getting ready for the day. I don't know how the weather is in your area, but it is beautiful here today. In some cultures, it's custom. If hubby dies, brother marries her and raises kids as his own. Sometimes sexually, most though it is to protect both women and kids. Yeah. Like I said, back in the 1800s, in those days, if a woman died, sometimes her sister would come and marry her husband and raise her kids. That was normal. But it's a different day and age now. Hell, over in Ecuador, they're still marrying their cousins, and some of them follow that culture. Let me just say that. Some of them. And I did not know that until that weirdo Lorena Bobbitt's uncle contacted me. Allegedly, Lorena Bobbitt's uncle. I don't know who that weirdo was. I think someone just obsessed with me because they wanted to come to Virginia and me interview them. That's not the way YouTube works. Are you crazy? And you know what? If that was the truth, why hasn't he reached out to like People magazine and stuff? His story is that he had an affair with his niece, Lorena Bobbitt, for years. They were lovers, and he cut off John Bobbitt's penis. Yeah. That's what these people are freaking nuts. No, this is still common in, say, Egypt, where having dual families is still common. Yeah. I don't think that's as bad as what we just read, though, Shannon. Like the brother coming in and marrying his brother's wife if he passed away just to protect the kids. I love learning about different cultures and things, how they do things, different places. Maybe the weirdo is the hairy butt bandit. Yeah. You know what? I think the hairy butt bandit is another YouTube creator. I used to think it was this one person, but I was listening to a stream a while back, and this guy was admitting to porning people and stuff up on their live streams. So I think it may be him. The weirdos are on the move. Yeah, he loves your sweet country accent. Oh, Lord. I'm going to have to change my voice somehow. I'm going to have to use a voice changer. Oh, my goodness. Do y'all have any plans for today? I'm going to go hang out with the dogs a little bit outside and just enjoy the day. I'm going to try to diamond paint a little bit. I've not got to really do that in a couple days, just like a few minutes. So I'd like to do that at some point. But I hate to sit inside. It's such a beautiful, beautiful day. I may try to, if I got time today, do a little stream out on the porch like I used to and show y'all how pretty it is out. But anywho, let me look at the chat again. You're going to do work and errands. Hey, Puffed Bluffer. Your name tongue-ties me. Well, Lorena Bobbitt's cousin, I bet a lot of people are obsessed with you. It's a psychological thing. People think they have feelings for creators. It's strange. Oh, God, I've never thought about that, Puffed. I hope nobody's obsessed with me. I've had men get crushes on me. I got a man right now. He's freaking obsessed. He's freaking obsessed with me. He has been for several years. He just will not quit. Yeah, do it on my porch. Yeah, I will, Sunnyside. And maybe, where there's no leaves on the trees and stuff, you may be able to see Annabelle over there. She loves to sun. Yeah, I may see y'all in a couple of hours. I like to sit on the porch and drink coffee. I was thinking, I would love to do some streams on the porch at night this summer. But damn, I have a hard time doing night streams because I'm just always so tired. And if I sit down in the recliner, I fall asleep. Isn't that awful? What time is it? 11:27. Oh, my doctor's going to be calling me at 1, y'all. Shinawn's going to have a beach day. It's autumn here now, but still sunny enough for a swim and a sneaky ice cream. Ooh, ice cream sounds good. I wish I lived beside the ocean. Laugh out loud. My name is a twister. It's a tongue twister. Puffed Bluffer. Hey, I like your cannabis leaf there. Is that a cannabis leaf? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a different flower. My name is, and I'm obsessed with you. Well, your channel. You know what? I'm a subscriber too to people, right? And this is just a small channel. But when you do watch people and you do think they're a good person and you enjoy watching them, you do kind of feel like you know them, you know? You care about what happens to them and things. I won't say like love them, but you care what happens to them, and you do feel like you know them real well. I love to hear the crickets chirping in the summer. Oh, me too. Me too. I love hearing like all the noises at nighttime. I'm looking forward to spring and summer. I know I'm going to be bitching about the heat, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it is a cannabis. I thought it was, but I wasn't for sure. I couldn't see real good. Hey, I support cannabis. Firm believer in it. Hey, it helps. If you got something medically wrong, pain, anxiety, anything, it helps. Best channel I ever found. Oh, thank you, Mike. I hope you stick around. You're a good guy. You are. I enjoyed doing the collabs with you. We'll have to do it again when it gets around the anniversary, like you said, of John Bonet's murder. We'll do it again. Maybe we could do another case together. Oh, crap. I was thinking about summertime. I'm not going to be able to lay out in the sun this year. I love sunning because of my medicine. It said, do not be out in the sun on that blood pressure medicine. So that sucks. Hopefully, they tell me today that there's nothing wrong with my thyroid. The receptionist said my blood work looked good, but she still needs to talk to me. What does that even mean? What the crap what does she need to talk to me about if my blood work looks good? You know? She could have took a few minutes yesterday and jumped on the phone because I know she was standing right there and told me about my blood work. Best natural medicine. Yeah. I believe the Native Americans used to use it, peyote and things like that. Seriously, there's this one amazing chick I met on another crime channel years ago and is a member here too. And I swear she's one of my best friends, Miss Michelle P. Oh, is Michelle one of your best friends? I didn't know that. I love Michelle P. Oh, thank you, Cheryl T. I enjoy having you in the chat. You keep me straight on my crime sometimes. For real. You make me think, hey, yeah, you're going overboard, CC. Sometimes with true crime, it's not that complicated. Sometimes people read too much into it. Like, for instance, with the West case and the dog's name being Chalk, Just always keep that in mind. I know that, there's been this big St. Jude scandal going on YouTube. Some of y'all know about it. Some of you may not. But I just kept thinking to myself, sometimes it's just really simple and people read too much into it. You know what I mean? It's simple to figure out. The answer is not complicated, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, that's been a mess and I don't even want to talk about it. I'm totally freaking disgusted with that crap. Totally disgusted. They're looking to legalize mushrooms. People are investigating it now. Smart thinking. Yeah. You know what? I've tried magic mushrooms before. It's been a few years back. They didn't do crap to me. Not really. I mean, I felt a little weird. If she'd have told you yesterday you wouldn't have had all the stress, make sure to think. I know. I got so mad too. Shine on, because they called me right before I was getting ready to go live. And then I was even later and then didn't tell me crap. Sunny said, I know. I know what your emojis mean. Yeah, the situation made me mad too. I have not said anything about it publicly. I was trying to hold out to all the information come out to make a decision and all that, but it's pretty clear what went on now. Pretty clear, and I'm very disappointed. So, sometimes people are not what they seem. Let me just say that. And when you look up to somebody and they do something like that, it's very disappointing and hurtful. I don't comment a lot, but like we were talking earlier, when you watch creators, you do feel like you know them and you do care what happens to them, even if you don't comment a lot or chat a lot. I know it's like that for me. But anyways, when you look up to them and they do something, it's just so, I don't know. It's disappointing. Disappointing. You know, it's a shame, but every time I see a St. Jude's commercial on TV, I think about that crap now. We've always donated to St. Jude's. We donate every month. It's like $20 or something every month. But anyhow, guys, I'm going to get off here. Skylar's come in here, and she has started crying. She's wanting to go back outside because it's pretty. The sun is shining. So I'm going to get off here and go out with them a little bit. And I'll probably see y'all on the porch here this afternoon. We'll have some coffee on the porch. Anyways, y'all be safe, be kind, and peace. And as always, thank you for your support. You guys are the best. I got the best chat on YouTube. I really believe that. I got some awesome people here.